Hey, so weird title, yes, disconnect your friends, but like, hear me out. It's mostly a follow on from the last part where we were kind of talking about. I touched on social media and like people having a really weird view of friends. So it's kind of like, okay, what is social media? You generally have this idea that it's like a platform where you're going to share things, namely just media content, anything really, or you're going to be social networking. And the whole intention, like if you look at Facebook, for example, we would kind of push this idea that it's supposed to connect people, but realistically, I don't really see that. I don't think it worked. It worked too well, and that's why it failed. Or rather, is failing. So where do I want to go with that? Where do friends come in? What would you say makes someone a good friend? I kind of touched on that before where I gave a definition, so like, I'm not going to repeat that. I'm going to throw it back up on the screen. Like, honestly, I think one of the more important things is that, like, what does social media offer friendship? And I wasn't gonna have this in the video, but like I spoke to another like small no-name creator, and they were talking about wanting to do something because they said they made a claim that they were going to make a certain kind of video, that they'd be alone doing something, and they would feel like they're going back on themselves now if they make a new video that isn't that thing. And that was weird to me because I was like, okay, but at that point, are you doing this for yourself or are you doing this for like public standing? Because if you keep doing this and you get into a position where like you're only doing things that you don't like or you don't feel comfortable with, you're not going to be happy at the end. So like, what's the point? It's better to be authentic and just make a video, like do something else, do a video of your friends if you have a lot more fun creating alongside other people. And then just say in the video, like, yo, look, I don't really fuck with solo content, so I'm sorry that I didn't do or deliver on that video, but I hope this one's good enough. I feel like that's a lot more of a productive way to move forward. And it kind of taught me that social media doesn't encourage authenticity, especially with how you interact. I touched on the last video where I was like, you can talk to people and they'll be upset sometimes when you're authentic and realistic with them. Like, you're not supposed to tell people that you're not okay. You know, when they ask how are you, your correct answer is fine, okay, all good. And like, if your opinion isn't the correct opinion, you need to be quiet. Like, I don't know, that's what social media offered friendship. And for me, it's, you're not authentic, you can't be open and honest, and you have no good foundation for communication, but then you're expected to build trust and have a good relationship with these people. What does that accomplish? I think another big problem is that just like, you are massively more connected to the people you will talk to online than you would be see any other person. Because like, you have your friends at high school and they might live like at the other side of the city, so you're only going to see them for a little bit of time at school, and that would be assuming that you're in the same lessons. You'd see each other for most of the day, but otherwise you only saw each other for like 1 hour, an hour and a half a day, and then maybe once or twice a week you'd meet up outside of school. It's like, that was healthy, that was good. The main reason I think that was productive because you had time away, and that's where I'm going with this. When you are online, you can just message someone constantly. Most people will speak to someone like over 5 hours, 6 hours, maybe 7 or 8 hours a day, and then they'll get on a call or like a Discord voice channel or a party chat or something with that same group or person the exact next day for just as long. And it's like, stop. You need space. What I'm getting at is is this thing. So constant connection will fail you, and that's why you need space. Just like, I would say that you're not meant to be that connected. And one of the main drawbacks is that you'll quickly find you have nothing to talk about, and any mystery or intrigue or curiosity that y'all had about each other is going to die very quickly. Because one, when you're surrounded by the same people constantly without any kind of break, you get a kind of social burnout from those people where you just start to feel sick of them eventually. And honestly, the fact that when you step away, you think about them and you're like, oh, I want to go talk to them. Good, that's productive. That's the point. Hold on to that feeling and stay away a little longer. Why? Well, one, as I mentioned, you're going to get that burnout and it's going to be overwhelming very quickly, and you'll start to like, it can negatively affect you because when you're all surrounded by each other and you have no real reason to like, there's nothing you don't already know about that mystery or intrigue. You're not curious about each other. You're not gonna talk to each other or ask anyone like any big questions because I mean, this is mostly for terminally online people, but it's like, what are you gonna do? Turn to your friend and be like, oh, what have you been doing today? It's actually talking to you. It's like you need to go do something separate so that you can have something to bring forward and talk about. Otherwise, you're just gonna affirm your insecurities that you're like boring and have nothing to talk about. The other thing is just like a solution. How do you get that space? Log off. I'm serious, just log off, please. Okay, but no, like really. I would say literally signing out, just making it inconvenient to access and use social media is very helpful, but you can use a lot of other stuff like use features like muting, blocking, put bio alerts in your profile, like yo, like don't talk to me right now or something. You can also put like do not disturb. That's a mode on most phones where I'll just deactivate notifications, or airplane mode, which is another thing which like just disrupts your internet connection. But if you still want a connection, then like yeah, you don't want to use airplane mode. The other thing, limit social media usage to around, if you're really dedicated, 45 minutes, but otherwise 120 minutes a day, so that's like 2 hours. And the main point of that is to stop calling or messaging every single day. I mean, if you have a lot of different people you talk to, then like, you know what, maybe you want to spend like 2 hours messaging some people on one day, and then like 2 days later you spend a lot of time messaging a different group. I think that's a little bit more sustainable. But if you're just messaging the same group all the time, then like, yeah, I feel like you should stop doing that every single day. Other thing, stop doom scrolling. If you see that you're doom scrolling, I'd say just like literally look for anything else to do. And the main like idea of that is, I don't know, I think there's so much more things you could do. Like when I'm doom scrolling, I think like, yo, is there anything else I could be doing right now? And sometimes that leads to me following a tutorial or just experimenting to try something. I learned about this Oridon's Utopia TTRPG and the compass system for character creation and archetyping. It's a really cool little system. I'm so sorry about this video, bro. My mouth is dry and I hate speaking. What was I? Yeah, no, so I followed a tutorial on Adobe Illustrator so I could quickly make a graphic for this compass system. And like, that was just something I did. I was doom scrolling. I was like, yo, you know what? Let me do something productive this time. Do that. Because now, guess what? I have something to go bother all of my friends about. I can be like, yo, look, I made this silly little thing. And that was something that we could all then engage with afterwards. And it's like, you can do that. You can go find things and bring them and put something up for offer on the table, bro. Alright, next thing, like, look your budget. Look at, like, in your local area, find things you can go and do that are affordable in your price range so you can invite your friend to go do something. Yeah, y'all do not just have to sit in the same GTA server for, like, every day of your life. Please, go find something, anything. Unless you're in, like, a dead-end city with nothing to do like me, but yeah. Other thing, open the one game that you've downloaded and literally never opened, because I know you have several.
Bombastic side-eye.
I'm deadass, I know you have them. Go open it.
Criminal offensive side-eye.
Okay, but like also revisit the hobbies you've been neglecting, because like on occasion I will try and draw again. I'd like to draw again, and I'm going to look for like lessons and courses or just like a very long YouTube tutorial series. I neglected drawing and I'd like to get better at drawing, and you know what? That would be a better way for me to spend my time when I'm just not doing anything. Also, just like finishing DIY projects you've abandoned. Like I have a lot of like custom roleplay stuff. I would like to get into a lot of fashion design and outfit construction, especially with thrifting and like modifying bits of clothing and stuff. Other things like, I know you've probably promised to start keeping a journal, or it's a dream journal or like a diary or something. Continue that and get back to it, because I know you promised you'd stick to it and haven't, so like you should go do that. The other thing, write a book. I don't know. It's just an idea. I know you probably sit there dissociating or daydreaming, so like you might as well write about it. Anyway, organize your photos and playlists. That's another thing you can do. I have several little like short ones around like 30 to 50 songs in length, which are more organized for specific genres or moods. Other thing, clean your room, go outside, take some photos, literally anything. I mean, if you have photos, you can learn to edit. Like, there's a bunch of shit. Go record a video. You don't have to record it with the intention of someone watching it. Like, I just throw this shit into the void. Stare into the abyss long enough for, like, my schizophrenic delusions to tell me that something's staring back. I wish I was joking. Next thing you can do, like, make a plan for your day. I feel like that's very important. Like, if you don't do anything else on that, make a plan for your day, please. Because, like, I promise, if you're the kind of person who's been watching this video and really agreeing, you probably don't actually have zero free time. At least not if you're doom scrolling, especially, because, like, bruh, look, if you have time to scroll aimlessly for like 20 whole minutes, you do not have no time, you just have wasted time. Allocate your time in a way that's going to let you have adequate opportunities to engage with, like, multiple areas of your life. For example, I mentioned before, limit your social media to 45 minutes, like 2 hours. I think that's a little bit more reasonable. If you're gaming a lot, try actually just gaming for maybe like 1 to 3 hours rather than 8. Another option, like, just put some time aside to try literally anything new, or like actually invest in your hobbies, because, like, I know some people will be like, oh yeah, I like reading, but then they haven't read anything at all since high school. And honestly, I was guilty of that too. I actually decided, you know, I'm gonna get back into reading, and instead of getting a bunch of fantasy, which I will get some like fictional books to read, but like I got a bunch of non-fiction stuff, namely like around a few different topics, but one of them in particular, I kind of got it as a joke, but also I got the Karl Marx book just because I was like, yo, let me actually read the book just so I can say that I read it. Anyway, what if they forget about me? Because I know that's probably one of your big concerns of, like, oh, I don't want to log off, I don't want to do limits, or like step away from social media because what if my friends forget about me? And it's like, if you have good friends, I promise they're not going to forget you. And if you genuinely believe that they will forget you if you're away for 2 weeks, maybe it's time that you think about getting new friends. I'm just putting it out there. Even then, most people do just get busy, and you should be getting busy too. Because, like, all I'm saying is, after you've taken some time for yourself, then you can link up and you will see nothing much has changed. Like, they'll still be fine. Just say hi, check in. You can ask what they've been up to. If it comes up, share what you've been doing. And, like, that's your time to have a real conversation instead of just the same repetitive small talk of, like, hi, how are you? What have you done today? Oh, do you wanna play this? Like, what are we doing? Like, no. You can have a productive conversation, like, oh yeah, nah, I actually walked around my street, I took some pictures, and I've been working on editing. It's like, oh yo, what, really, yo, you gonna show me some? Well, like, you gonna start taking photos for me, yeah? Maybe if you pay me, like, look, that's like small and casual, but you can go somewhere that you can talk about options, and it's like, yo, you know, actually, your editing's not bad, you know. Maybe you should start, like, looking at doing videos too. It's like, I'm just saying, like, your conversations could get so much better just from, like, having some distance, but also, like, give people space to exist without you so that you will actually have something to talk about. Because you've all got that one friend who's like, you've got them in your group chat, but they never say anything. And then when you finally do see them, they just have some mad stories to tell you all. And I'm just saying, like, it's not even that their life's crazy, it's just like, y'all aren't really constantly in it, so anything that does happen seems really out of the blue. And that's because sometimes we forget that people have their own lives independent of when we're perceiving them. Which sounds very obvious when you say it, but you actually have to think about it and, like, realize that's a thing. But, like, yeah, no, just, like, I don't think you can send brain rot into your chat and expect, like, a meaningful connection. Like, you can't just have the exact same routine small talk, which you're gonna repeat for, like, every day for, like, 3 weeks, and then expect people to still be interested in talking and messaging. Like, that just doesn't work. Other thing, like, when you're having more serious conversations, you're spending time apart and you're linking back up again, like, you can share your beliefs, differences, your opinions, and that. It's like, you should have a personality. If you're stuck in a friendship where you're like, maybe I shouldn't say that, they might not like me if I say that, that's not a good friendship. You should be comfortable to express yourself. If you're not, then, like, you're wasting your time. That's silly. Get rid of it. So it's like, the one thing I will say is, like, if you can't have a productive conversation about any of your differences, then, like, you shouldn't be friends. last thing, like, what do you actually know about your friends? Because if you don't know that much, then it's time that you start asking questions, because if you don't have an interest in them at all, why are they your friends? And if you're preparing to say because I can use them or something, then like I don't know, go get therapy, bro. No, as usual, like let me know if I'm like delusional. Maybe I'm schizomexing again. I don't know. I get the feeling people might heavily agree or fuck with this. Like if they don't, like, yo, go comment, go fight me, in the comments. Like, I don't know, maybe you should like hit the like button or subscribe. I'll cry if you don't.